Meet your specimens.
Please, I'd rather not. Oh my gosh, they're alive.
Only temporarily, my dear.
Sus.
Lighten up, Nikki. They're only frogs.
If it makes you feel better, we'll give them a last meal. Screech, let me have your flies.
No way, you're not getting my flies.
Now, first thing tomorrow, we'll expose the heart, the lungs, and the kidneys. Once we expose them, we'll remove them and have some real hands-on experience. Any questions?
Does everybody have to do this assignment?
Why on earth would anyone not want to participate?
Sign this.
Sign what? Down with frogicide? What is this?
It's my petition to stop the senseless killing of frogs in science class.
Senseless?
Oh, I suppose it's okay to raise defenseless little frogs for slaughter?
Well, why else would you raise them? To give people warts?
You don't think frogs have feelings?
What about Kermit?
You Toad, you're talking puppets. I'm talking Mother Nature.
I just think you're afraid of losing your lunch in the science lab.
We're throwing our whole ecological system out of whack by taking thousands of frogs out of the environment and putting them in the classroom. I thought I could count on you guys.
You can. We hear you. Look, if you want to cut class, we'll cover for you, won't we, guys?
Sure, we'll lie for you.
Yeah, see?
Miss Bliss, what would you do if you were me?
I would weigh the facts carefully and think long and hard before I came to any conclusions.
And then what?
Then I would listen to my conscience and do what my heart said was right.
Thanks, Miss Bliss. You always know the right thing to do.
Nikki, what happened? You all right?
I caught her down by the football field just after she released tomorrow's specimens.
Miss Bliss, it was beautiful. I freed the frogs, just like you said.
Nikki, I never said anything about freeing the frogs.
But you said follow my conscience. And my conscience said, free the frogs.
Miss Bliss, I am shocked and dismayed that you were a party to this nefarious incident.
I was not.
Of course she wasn't. You weren't, were you?
Nevertheless, now my teaching is disrupted and my class will be unable to perform tomorrow's planned dissection.
Victory, Miss Bliss.
Mr. Morton?
Miss Bliss, she did it again.
Who did what?
Your Nikki has once again absconded with my four-legged hopping friends.
I think you're jumping to conclusions. Are you sure they weren't just misplaced?
They are green. They jump and they croak. One tends not to misplace something like that. Now, what are you going to do about it?
Well, I'll talk to her. But first, I have to find her.
Check the nearest pond.
You could be wrong, you know.
He's not wrong, Miss Bliss. I took the frogs.
Welcome home, boys.
Nikki, I think you owe Mr. Morton an apology.
I'm sorry, Mr. Morton, for taking the frogs. I just don't think it's right to experiment on any living thing. And you'll never convince me otherwise. However, I have to respect the rights and opinions of others. And if I don't, I'm no different than the things I'm against.
Nikki, I'm sure Mr. Morton can't argue with that.
I'm a man of science. I can argue with anything.
I returned all but one of the frogs. Mine is living free.